Welcome to Alien Mysteries, where we explore the paranormal, the unexplained, and the chilling stories that linger just beyond our world. Today, we unravel the legend of the Phantom Train, a ghostly locomotive known as the Midnight Express, a train that appears under the cover of darkness, carrying the souls of those lost forever. Board at your own peril, for once you step aboard, you may never return. There's a stretch of railway deep in the Appalachian wilderness, long forgotten by time. The tracks are rusted, the wooden beams rotting, and the rails lead nowhere, or so it seems. But every year, on the coldest night of winter, a train is said to pass through, its whistle echoing eerily in the darkness. Locals call it the Midnight Express, a ghost train that emerges from the shadows, filled with passengers who have been lost to history. The story goes back to the 1930s, when a passenger train vanished without a trace during a snowstorm. It was a bitter, frigid night, with snow piling high along the tracks. The Midnight Express departed from a small station, heading toward its destination. On board were travelers from all walks of life, families, drifters, and businessmen, none of them knowing that they would never reach their journey's end. The snowstorm grew worse, visibility dropping to nothing. The engineer pressed on, but something strange began happening. Passengers reported seeing ghostly figures out in the snow, their faces pressed against the windows, staring blankly into the train. Whispers filled the cars, strange, incomprehensible voices that sent chills down spines. The temperature dropped below freezing inside the train, as if the storm had entered with them. The train was never seen again. No wreckage, no bodies, just an empty stretch of track covered in snow. Official reports claimed it was an avalanche that buried the train somewhere deep in the mountains, but locals knew better. They spoke of a curse, a debt unpaid, that condemned the train and its passengers to wander forever, trapped between worlds. Since then, sightings of the Midnight Express have been reported. It is said that the train only appears to those with unfinished business, those haunted by guilt, regret, or despair. Witnesses describe hearing the distant whistle, a mournful, bone-chilling sound that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. A few years ago, a hiker named Samuel was exploring the Appalachian wilderness. He lost his way as night fell, the cold creeping in. He stumbled upon the old railway, hoping it would lead him back to civilization. That's when he heard it, a whistle, low and haunting, echoing through the mist. Then, the ground began to tremble, and out of the fog, the Midnight Express emerged. Samuel described how the train pulled up beside him, its windows dark, but movement visible inside, shadowy figures shifting, turning, as if watching him. The doors opened with a loud hiss, and from within, he heard a voice that sounded like his mother, who had passed away years earlier. She called to him, urging him to step inside. He knew he shouldn't. Every part of his being screamed at him to run, but the voice, so familiar, so comforting, made him hesitate. He took one step forward, then another, the shadows inside reaching out as if to welcome him. But at the last moment, Samuel snapped out of it. He turned and ran, never looking back. He escaped, but just barely. When he looked back, the train was gone, swallowed by the mist. Samuel swore that he saw the faces of the missing passengers pressed against the windows, eyes empty, mouths moving as if silently begging for release. Paranormal investigators have tried to document the Midnight Express, but it always eludes them. Equipment fails, batteries drain, and the air becomes thick with an unnatural chill. They have only one warning for those who hear the Midnight Express's whistle: do not follow it, do not look for the train, and whatever you do, do not board it. The Midnight Express is not a train for the living. It is a vessel for lost souls, forever bound to the rails of despair. Those who board it are never seen again, their souls taken to join the countless others trapped in the eternal journey through darkness. So if you ever find yourself alone, near an old railway, and you hear the faint whistle of a train that shouldn't be there, turn away and leave. The Midnight Express may be looking for new passengers, and once you're on board, there is no escape. Thank you for joining us on Alien Mysteries. If you enjoyed this tale of the supernatural, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more terrifying journeys into the unknown. And remember, the next time you hear a whistle in the dark, be careful. It might just be the Midnight Express.